His name is Tom. He's on the phone right now. Tom, I bow down to you. Good job, sir.
Well, yeah, I mean, thank you.
Did you actually hit on her inside her own bar?
You know, I did, but not probably in the way that you think. I wasn't gross about it. I didn't want to be gross about it.
Oh, because I thought for sure you just pulled down your pants and said, you want some of this.
That doesn't usually work for me.
No. I've gotten kicked out of a few bars doing that, so I'm glad you didn't go that route. So how did you do it? Because I'm sure there's a lot of guys wondering. I know I've tried to hit on a few bartenders and always gotten turned down.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I had the fear in me that I was just going to get shot down. So, and I guess this is the embarrassing part. I was like, let's Google how you hit on a bartender. And there's a million articles.
Right.
Really? I don't know why that shocks me.
There's so many. And the thing is, it's sort of like pretty commonsensical, which is like, don't treat her like she's a bartender, just treat her like she's a human being. And how do you interact with human beings? You like find commonality and you actually talk to them like a person.
Oh, so just like you're hitting on a regular person.
Yeah.
Weird.
Huh.
You just blew
Interesting.
Jubal's mind.
And you know that sort of idea of like, I'm not hitting on you because you're hot. I'm hitting on you because I think you're interesting. We might have something in common.
Right.
Well, again, now Jubal's out.
I'm so confused.
He's so out. This is never going to work for him.
What's her name, by the way?
Her name is Heather.
Heather. All right. And did you stay there until closing time? How did you?
I absolutely did. I mean, I stayed there as long as I could because I didn't want to like be like, so what's up? You know, when she's trying to do her job.
Right. So you wait till she's done, and then she's walking out to her car, and you're standing by her car.
No.
No, that doesn't quite. No.
I just don't know how you did it.
Yeah, I think you need to give up on guessing.
It was a slow night, you know, which really helped. And I was there with friends, so it wasn't like I was just there by myself.
Good.
And then finally, when it was like we were all leaving and they were starting to put the chairs up, I was like, look, I know you get hit on all the time, and I don't want to be a creep, and I want to keep coming into this bar, and I don't want it to be weird, but I'd love to go out sometime. I'd love to have a drink or have dinner or something. And is that something you'd be interested in?
Huh.
You just sort of like, you know, like put all my cards on the table.
Man, my heart just melted. That's the nicest thing I've ever heard. No wonder she agreed to a date with you.
And she was like, yeah, sure thing.
Cool.
What did you guys do when you went out?
So we just went out to dinner and we chatted. Like it was really great. Actually, it was very easy. None of it felt like, what am I going to do or what am I going to talk about? It was all just very easy. And that felt great. That's usually not the case when it comes to going on a date. You know, usually I have to invent worlds of interesting things to talk about, and I feel like super, I don't know, self-conscious. And I didn't feel any of that, so it was awesome.
How did you guys end things?
Well, we went back to her place and continued talking, had another drink, and did a little makeout on the couch, like a little, so that was awesome. And actually, her roommates came home, like, sort of in the middle of it. And that was super awkward.
And they're bartenders, too, and they all joined in.
This fantasy gets
Oh,
better
my
and better.
God.
Jubal.
That would have been great. No, that didn't.
Oh, damn.
But no, that didn't happen. So we just sort of stood up awkwardly. I mean, we were, like, there was no clothing off. Like, we weren't at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Good,
So it was
yeah.
just sort of uncomfortable, but also kind of funny. But that was a pretty good segue to the end of the evening. She's like, hey, my roommates are home. Like, I should hang out. And I was like, yeah. But then as she walked me out, we kissed again. So I was like, okay. I felt like
Hey.
if we lost any momentum, we sort of got it back in that moment.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's great.
Right.
I
So-
mean, it sounds really sweet, to be honest with you.
It felt pretty great, to be honest with you.
So why do you think she's not calling back now?
I have no idea, and it's kind of making me crazy.
Are you showing up to the bar every day and just silently staring at her the whole time?
No, I haven't. I haven't been back to the bar just for other reasons, just because I've been too busy at work. But I also didn't want to like show up and be like, "Hey."
Creepy.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I didn't want to mess up my relationship to that bar either, and so now I'm worried. Like, I don't know how many things I've messed up, or if I've messed up anything. Like, she's a super cool person. Like, maybe she's just going out with somebody else.
Okay.
You know, and
Yeah.
Oh.
it could be totally fine. It's the not knowing part. It's really hard.
How long has it been?
It's been a little bit over a week.
Okay.
Right. You sound so normal and nice and
Yeah, I
respectful.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I feel like there's something that we're not getting.
Like wrong with it?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
That sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Tom is on the phone, and he wants to call a girl named Heather. Tom did something that men have been trying to do for a long time. It's an age-old tradition. You saunter into the bar after a long day at work, and you pull up your stool, and you take off your hat, and say, "Howdy, miss. I'd like 2 fingers of Jack, please.
I feel like we're in a
Why,
saloon.
your gams are looking good today.
Oh, not the gams.
I'm tired. Sure could use a load off. My dogs are barking. Been plowing the fields since 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of plowing fields, how about you and me go back to my place? Or we just stay here at the bar, either one."
Hey, man,
And that's what happened.
Forward.
In other words, Tom
Wow.
went out on a date with a bartender.
Yes.
He got her number, they went out for dinner, and he says that they had a great time, even ended the night with a makeout session back at her place that was broken up at some point by her roommates coming back and ruining the whole thing.
Oh.
But she kissed him before he left, and then that's the last he heard from her. So we're about to call her right now and find out what went wrong. Tom, ready to go, Chief?
Oh yeah, ready to go.
Now, are you concerned that if she says something really awful that you'll never be able to frequent the bar again? Because you like that bar.
I mean, that is definitely a concern, but I'd like to think of her well-being higher than that, but it's definitely a concern.
Okay.
There are lots of other bars out there and lots of other bartenders.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
I
problem.
like your motivational speech,
Yeah.
Jubal. That was good.
That's it. I'm not telling you you're going to get a second date. Just, hey, there's probably other places that you could go, so don't worry about it. All right, I'm going to call her right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is Heather there?
Yeah, this is her.
Hey, Heather, how are you? My name is Jubal. I host the morning show, Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How did you get my number?
A friend of mine gave it to me, actually.
A friend of yours?
A friend of mine. His name is Tom. And you guys recently went out on a date.
Tom gave you my number?
Yeah.
What the Why the hell would Tom give you my number?
Well, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So Tom emailed us and told us about your date. And then,
Oh, okay. He told you about our date.
yes, he
Yeah.
did. And then he also said that he's confused why you're not getting back to him because he'd like to see you again.
That's bullshit. I don't understand what the hell he's thinking.
I am confused by your reaction.
I think he didn't want to call you and ask because you've already proven that you don't want to talk to him because he's tried, I guess. Yeah. So he thought maybe we could get you on the phone and be successful.
Oh, he's... okay.
He sounded really nice.
He sounded nice? Yeah, I thought he was nice too until I found out who he really is.
Whoa.
He was acting like a f***ing ass. I mean, I don't know if he told you the whole story.
He said that you guys made out at the end of the night and you even kissed him again to tell him goodbye.
That was the biggest regret of my life. I swear to God, making out with that ass.
Wow.
Really?
What did he do? Because he sounded nice and he didn't mention anything about being a jerk on your date.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, he didn't give you the full story, but this is what actually happened. The night went great. As far as I knew, I was going to hang out with him probably the next day. But a couple days later, I went out with my friend back to that same restaurant that he took me to, which was amazing, by the way.
Wait, hold on. You went back to the same restaurant after going out on a date with Tom?
Right.
Okay.
So I went and we sat down, and this other random server came up to our table, and she looks at me and she goes, "Hey, would you mind having your brother give me a call sometime soon?"
Wait, what brother? Did you?
Whoa.
That's what I said. I don't have a brother. I don't know what she's talking about. I've never been to that restaurant before other than with Tom.
And Tom is not your brother.
Obviously, Tom is not my brother.
Right.
So was she talking about Tom?
I mean, I wasn't sure at the time what she was talking about, but she brings up seeing me a week and some days ago with some guy, my brother, I guess, and she talks about how she met Tom when he went out for a cigarette. Apparently, there's a spot in the back where all the servers take their smoke break, and he was out there having a cigarette, and they started talking. And she said that they had made out, and clearly they had some form of a connection because she was pretty upset that he hadn't contacted her about it, and he said none of this to me.
So wait, when did they make out, though? Like in the back alley while they're smoking, or later on?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I couldn't tell you when they made out, but obviously, I don't know this chick from a hole in the wall, and she claimed that he was my brother, so clearly there must have been enough going on between them for her to assume that.
Wow,
That is
I can understand
really
why you think he's kind of a jerk then.
No, he's more than a jerk. He's a f***ing ass and a pig.
So,
oh my gosh.
The only reason why I didn't sleep with him is because my roommates came home. I was going to call him later, and then I find out when I went to the restaurant again that he actually was cheating on me. Like, what the hell?
I mean,
Well, I don't know if you can call
I
it
don't
cheating
know.
because
Yeah.
you guys aren't really together.
I mean, I get
still.
it. I get it. It's low.
Right. Cheating might not be the word, but it's the lowest f***ing blow, and it's a disgusting move, and I would never want to be with a person who claims that it's okay to be with more than one chick in one night.
Oh, man.
I like
Well,
you.
Heather, I mean, every side has two stories. Would you like to hear Tom's side of the story?
No, I actually don't want to hear his side of the story. I actually don't even have time to be talking to you guys right now, but thanks for giving me a ring. Why don't you tell him to never contact me
Well,
again?
how about you tell him?
Hold on.
Because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Are you f***ing kidding me right now?
No, I'm not.
So he's been on the line he's heard this entire thing.
Yeah, you can say hi to him if you want.
Let me talk to him.
Oh, shoot.
Tom,
Listen,
Hi.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
you should be sorry. You're a f***ing pig. That's the grossest thing I have ever experienced. And thankfully I'm all right, but you really need some f***ing help.
Oh.
Tom hung up.
He did?
Heather,
So he
Heather,
is
Tom,
guilty. I thought for sure.
He knew it was
Tom
coming.
hung up the phone on us.
Yeah, he's a f***ing p***. Of course he hung up the phone on you.
Oh, my God.
I want to,
Wow.
Heather, I know you said you were busy, but can I try to call him back? I want to
You
talk
can
to
do
him.
whatever you want. I don't care.
I'll let you yell at him.
He's obviously guilty if he hung up.
If
Right.
he wasn't so two-faced, right? So if he didn't paint such a picture of such a nice, I don't know what happened.
I'm going to try to call him back and see if he'll answer.
Oh, my God.
Hey, listen, man. I don't know what else I can say. I don't know what I can say.
Hey,
about
Tom,
this. This
hang
is
on.
all-
Tom, Heather's gone. We let her go. Okay, so she's not going to yell at you. All right?
Were you that scared of her?
It's
You-
not
I
that
need
I'm scared of her. It's that I just feel like a complete creepazoid. What do I say to her?
Is what she said true?
Yeah, it's true.
What, dude?
What the hell,
So what
Tom?
did-
Why would you call us and not know what was going on?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I went out for a cigarette break, and I don't know. I didn't think that date one was like we're exclusive. I don't know. It was
Yeah.
stupid. It was really dumb.
And you told the waitress that she was your sister?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Tom.
I just didn't. I mean, honestly, I didn't know she'd ever find out about it. It was dumb. Like,
Tom, what about the makeout thing that she was talking about? Did you do that while you were out on the date?
Yeah.
did I make out with a girl while I was out on the date?
Yeah, like in the alley.
Yeah, I did. We actually did a little bit more than make out. And it was-
I'm right here, Tom. Are you kidding me right now? This is unbelievable.
man, you guys said that she was not on the phone.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
God, we
I lied.
It's a lot of liars.
Heather, we weren't exclusive. I wasn't planning on it happening.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
so
I don't
sorry.
care. I don't care if we were exclusive or not, but it's called human decency to not
Yeah.
sleep with two women within 2 hours from each other. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
And how the hell did you get that done in 5 minutes in an alleyway? I am.
That's a long time. You're right. That is a long time.
I mean, just so everyone knows, we didn't go all the way. We just fooled around and some stuff happened.
Oh, yeah, no, they didn't have sex. Yeah, everyone standing ovation for the one who didn't have sex in the back alleyway of a restaurant. Like, really big of you, Tom. Like, really big of you.
I'm sorry. Heather, I'm really sorry. I had this night where I was on fire. I was in the zone. There was
You were
something
on
in it.
fire? What the hell are you talking about? This isn't a basketball game where you're shooting 3-pointers or something. No, this is you on a date with me, and you it up. I don't care if you were in the zone. I don't care if you just slam dunked but you need to respect me. You need to seriously see me as a person that's worth your time, and you didn't. You disgust me.
Oh!
I gotta agree with her on this one. Like, Tom, how could you go sit back down at a table after making out with some random chick in an alleyway and then have the gall to go back to Heather's house?
Oh, man.
Look, I made a mistake, and I got caught up in the moment. It won't happen again. I don't think I'm going to be in this kind of situation again.
Yeah, you
and
won't be in this kind of situation again because I'm never going to go on a date with you again. Do you understand that? Like, it's unbelievable that you even did that in the first place. You will not get another chance to do it again.
Listen, I hear you. I know what you're saying, Heather. You don't want to go out again. I want another chance to show you that I can do this, that I can be a
Do what? Do what? Don't the waitress on our next date? Is that your plan? Like,
You know
Yeah,
what?
that
It's
is-
baby steps, when dating. You got to start small and teach guys not to do that, Heather, would you be willing to go on a second date with Tom?
God.
We'll pay for it.
Would you please go out with me and let me prove that I can show you that I can...
You will not finish your sentence because I'm going to let you know exactly how I feel about you right now. You are a bag of You disgust me. I actually considered sleeping with women after you. You made me so disgusted with men. And you made me embarrassed to go out on a date with a person that I normally would never go on a date on. So grow a f***ing pair of balls and do not talk to me ever again.
Whoa!
Heather, does that mean that
think
you
that's-
won't date any of your customers anymore
Yeah.
either?
Obviously, I've learned my lesson, and I'm never dating another customer ever again.
Great. Thanks a lot, Tom. You've ruined it for everybody. Damn it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A text in at 78592 says, I can see if it was a different night because they weren't exclusive, but during the date, with like tons of exclamation points and question marks, talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Tom wanted to call a girl named Heather. She wasn't calling him back after they went on a date. She was a bartender where he liked to go. He ended up asking her out, and they went out and had a decent date. But after the date, she wasn't calling him back. Why? Because she really liked the restaurant that he took her to. So she went back on another day with a friend of hers. And while she was there, the server came over and was like, hey, can you tell your brother to call me? Because he hasn't called me. It's like, what are you talking about? And she was like, oh, the guy you were in here with your brother. She's like, well, it wasn't my brother. It was the guy I was dating. She's like, oh, well, because that day he said he was your brother. We went out back and messed around while I was on a smoke break and he went out for a cigarette.
savage.
So
Jose,
he actually hooked up
disgusting.
with another girl during the date, during dinner
Wow.
on the date. Some dudes out there are like, "We's my hero."
I
So
don't know about hero.
gross,
That's
man.
Just, dude, I
That's a
don't know
lot
how
of
to
work.
pull it off,
That is
man.
way too
He
much
didn't
work.
pull it off. He got
he didn't.
caught
He got
and
caught,
called
yeah.
out on the radio. Didn't pull it off at all. Although it does sound like the waitress still wanted a
Yeah.
night with him. So
I think he's good. I think he'll
Yeah.
just move on to the waitress and be able to get it there. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Just if you hooked up with somebody else during your date, probably know you got caught, and don't bother sending us an email on that one.
Hello?
Hi there. I was looking for Robin.
That's me.
Hi, Robin. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Bob Marathon, and I'm a realtor in your area.
Oh, okay, but we're really not interested in selling.
Yeah, obviously. I'm not interested in selling a home for you either, so that's good.
Well, then why are you calling me?
Well, I'm calling you because I drove by your home yesterday.
Okay.
And as I was driving by, I had to sort of do a double take because I noticed you still had your Christmas lights up.
Yeah, we still have our Christmas lights up. What business is it of yours?
Well, it's my business because I sell homes in the area, and it's quite unsightly. So is there a reason that they're still up? Religious or something that I can let my clients know?
We just didn't take them down. I mean, it's our house, not your house.
You don't believe in a God that wants you to keep the lights up, but you do believe in laziness. I see. That's what it is.
I believe in what? What did you say?
I said laziness. Is that not?
Laziness.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you to tell me that I'm lazy? I have stuff to do besides take down lights. And it's been cold, and it's been snowing, and everything else,
yeah.
and they can just stay up there till I get to them.
Well, it's been 3 months, maybe even a little more than 3 months, and now the neighbors are even talking. So,
So, nobody said anything to me.
well, I asked your neighbors across the street about it, and they told me that everybody calls your place the Raccoon Shack.
The raccoon what? Oh, my God.
Well, I think you heard me.
Yeah, I heard you, but I think you're full of That's what I think.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I believe them. It looks like it's a place where raccoons go to make love and then poop everywhere with those lights on it. So can we take them down, please?
No, we cannot take them down. I'm going to leave them on until next Christmas. And raccoons do not go over there. And what the hell is the problem with you?
Well, it just looks sort of dilapidated.
Well, I think you look sort of dilapidated. Why are you stalking my house?
I apologize using such a big word. Dilapidated would mean, I guess, for somebody who would keep
I know what dilapidated means. It means something that you're driving, probably. Look, who the hell are you to be calling me up and discussing anything with me whatsoever? You don't live in my neighborhood, and I'm not selling my house.
Correct. I would never live in your neighborhood.
Good. I wouldn't want you to live in my neighborhood.
I would never live near somebody who wouldn't take their lights down, but it is affecting my sales, so we're going to take them down today?
That's not my problem. That's your problem. Obviously, you're not a good salesman.
What I'm hearing from you is you're going to take them down today?
Then you didn't hear me. Clean out your ears. I am not taking them down.
Well, how about if I come over and rip down those Christmas lights free of charge?
And how about if I call the police
Okay.
and have them come and arrest your ass for trespassing on my
Well,
property?
I'll do it for free, and I'll even chase those horny raccoons right out of your basement. I'll get rid of those horny raccoons for you.
I don't have any horny raccoons in the first place, and in the second place, if I had, I'd want them there.
You would want horny raccoons in your basement.
No, dipshit. I don't have raccoons of any kind. I already told you that.
Oh, is it ferrets then? What sort of marmot do you have a varmint or marmot?
No, I don't have a varmint.
Do you know the correct term? Varmint, marmot, vermin?
I'm just repeating you. You obviously don't know how to talk. It's a vermin, and no, I don't have any.
Okay.
And if you step 1 foot on my property, I'll take those Christmas lights down myself and strangle you with them. Would you like that, you little
Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
probably would. You're an S&M and all that, aren't
Yes, I am. I got all the tools at home for it, too.
you? Well, let me tell you something. You can use those tools on yourself
I do.
now and leave me the hell alone.
All right.
I'm going to hang up on you in a minute.
I'll tell you what, all this talk has really got me inspired, so I am going to go do that. But before I get off the phone, I do want to let you know this is a prank phone call.
A prank phone call.
Yes, this is...
Yeah, okay. I don't know what you're talking about right now. What the did you just say?
It's a joke. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning doing a phone tap on you, and your daughter Amber set you up.
No, she did not.
Yes, she did. She says she's embarrassed because you and your husband haven't taken down the Christmas lights yet and wanted to screw with you.
Come over here and take them down herself. Jesus.
She's probably scared to come over there. She'll get strangled and have to hang out with a bunch of horny raccoons doing whatever kinky stuff you're into. I don't...
Horny raccoons. I should have known that was a joke. Nobody calls me about horny raccoons.
Well, they should start if they're not.
Holy
He actually met the girl that he wants to call today because he couldn't figure out how to open a door.
Really?
That's right.
What's up, Luke?
What up?
Were you crying outside of a Starbucks like Jubal said?
Pretty close. Pretty close.
Oh, man.
Really?
So she must go after the smart guys, is what you're saying.
Well, I wasn't smarter than the door that day, but at least I was able to meet a girl out of it.
There you go.
So how does that work?
Well, I thought I was going into this building for a job interview, but I'm yanking on the door and the damn thing won't open.
I can still hear the frustration in your voice.
We've all been there.
So I'm about to give up, and this beautiful girl on the other side of the door asked me if she can help me, and I'm like, yeah, can you punch a code or something to let me in? I'm late for my interview. She pushes the door open and says, there's no code. Just open the door properly.
So you were
wait.
supposed to just pull on the door and you were pushing on it for how long?
It must have been 30 seconds at least.
Oh.
So she comes over, she opens the door for me, kind of laugh about it, and it was an opportunity to strike up a conversation.
All right.
And I assume that went well because you eventually went out with this girl.
That's right. Yeah, she, well, you know what? She pointed me to the direction of the elevator, which was nice. And
She pressed the button for you too? Right here, let me show you how this works.
I could figure that part out.
How did you go from her opening the door for you to eventually going on a date with her?
So our conversation went from the door to the fact that she actually works at the business that I was trying to get a job at. So I kind of asked her for a little bit of advice, who to talk to, who to schmooze. And I really felt like we had a connection, and she was hooking me up, so I wanted to hook her up. I asked her out for a drink.
Right there, but before your interview.
Yeah, I did, man. I mean,
Wow.
she was hot and helpful and sweet. You know, I had to ask her out for a drink.
Okay, and
Nice.
she obviously said yes, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. We got to go out on a date, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Well, what'd you do?
We went out to a bar and we had a few drinks, listened to some music.
Okay, I would call that a date. You said that's if you want to call it a date. I would definitely call that a date.
Yeah.
I don't know what else it would be.
Yeah, I'll call it it was a date. I mean, it was a hot date.
Wow.
So you went out for drinks, listened to some music. How was everything with her? Was it a good time? Do you think she enjoyed herself?
Well, judging by the smile on her face and a little bit of the way she brushed up against me a couple of times, I do think she enjoyed herself.
Dude,
And
that's
you
a
guys-
good sign.
You guys were able to talk about stuff other than the company that she works for, right?
Oh, yeah. We talked about all kinds of things. Talked about her hobbies, what she likes to do. My ears are open, and, you know, you have to take what someone says, and then you have to adjust and use that to your advantage, especially when you're talking about interpersonal relationships, you know, female, male.
I know you started this whole situation meeting her when you were going in for a job interview, but that sounds like a really good interview answer.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hire him.
Yeah.
Or date him.
Well, I was cued in, so I got the job, actually.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you got a date and a job out of
Congrats, man.
one interview. Nice work, man.
Exactly. But that's the problem. During the date, I told her that I got it,
Yeah.
and she kind of got a little bit cold on me.
What?
Really?
I don't know if I took a position that she might have been gunning for or something,
Oh.
but I think that she didn't want to mix business with pleasure, I suppose.
Wow.
Dude, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So how did everything end?
At the end of the night, I got a little bit of nookie from her, a little bit of kiss.
Wait, that's
okay,
not
so-
nookie.
That's not
That
nookie
is,
to
we
me.
need to redefine nookie, sir.
I was like,
Well,
nice.
there was some wetness on her lips.
What?
So
No. Oh, my God.
look, she licked her lips before she kissed me. I'm telling you. I
Okay.
tasted it.
All right.
Just by that description alone, I wouldn't call you back.
And how long has it been since you've heard from her after you shared that wet kiss?
It's been 5 days now.
Okay.
That's
And
not good.
I mean, I've called her like 3 times, and I've texted her about 5 times. I don't know. I'm gonna have to work with this girl, and
Right.
I need to smooth it out before we start. If she's not gonna be down with me sexually or whatever, that's fine. But we need to like get along because I need this gig.
Okay.
Oh my
well,
God, it's like I
we
thought you were
will-
so normal, and in 2 seconds, you changed my entire opinion.
we will play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update. And then we'll find which way she's down with you, okay?
That sounds good.
All right. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Luke is on the phone, and today he wants to call a girl that he shared a sloppy, wet kiss with. That's how he described the kiss at the end of the date. He actually met her because he was going into an office to interview for a job, and she was in the lobby when he was trying to open the door, and I guess he couldn't get the door open, so she helped him. They struck up a conversation, and he asked her to drinks. They went out for drinks, said they had a good time, ended with that sloppy kiss. But now she's not calling him back, and he thinks it might be because he actually got the job in that office, and maybe she doesn't want to date a coworker.
Could it also be because you're a bad kisser?
Well,
Sorry. Just the description.
we didn't get our lips moving that much, to be honest. It was wet, but it wasn't. She didn't stick her tongue, out for
Wet
me.
and not
Yeah, but
moving?
no, I'm just telling you, out of all
She
the
licked
female
her lips. It
conversations,
was wet.
all the female conversations I've ever had, no girl has ever said, wow, it was such a good kiss. It was so wet.
Well, she made it wet. I mean, that's where it was. I just went in, and that's how.
That's okay.
Way it felt.
So it was a sloppy kiss with no tongue. That sounds...
No one's ever complained about the way I've kissed them before, so she didn't this time, and maybe it'll happen, but it hasn't yet.
Well, she hasn't complained
Okay.
yet. We don't have her on the phone to find out, do
Yeah.
we?
Well, maybe we can ask her. That'd be one place to start.
That's what
I'd
I
like
think-
to know if my lips are working properly.
That's what I think we should do, Luke.
Oh,
What I'm trying to get to is that I'm going to dial her phone number
oh.
and see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. Here we go.
This is Antoinette.
Hi, Antoinette. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, what?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
How can I help you?
Well, I actually wanted to talk to you because one of our listeners sent us an email about you.
Are you sure you have the right number?
I think so. Yeah, this was the number that I was given. Your name's Antoinette, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah. Then I definitely have the right number because you recently went out on a date with a guy who listens to our show and you haven't been calling him back. So he emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out if he did something wrong.
What?
I know, it's really weird, huh?
Is this a joke?
No, it's not. It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. So I'm calling today about a guy that you went on a date with. His name is Luke.
I'm sorry. I don't know who you're talking about. I haven't gone out with anybody named Luke.
What?
You haven't gone out with anybody named Luke?
I've been married for like 3 years. I haven't gone out with anybody.
What?
You've been married for 3 years.
Yes, I'm very happily married.
Did you?
By any chance, are you married to a guy named Luke?
No, Jubal.
No.
Did you
No, I think I would know.
Did you go out to drinks with a guy named Luke and you didn't realize it was a date? Maybe.
No.
Do you know any Luke?
I have zero clue what you guys are talking about.
Really?
Can you be more clear?
Yeah, sure. I bet you'd appreciate that, and probably your husband, too.
Wow.
We got an email from a guy named Luke who said that he went out with you. He said that he met you when he was at your office applying for a job. He had a job interview. He said he was in the lobby trying to open the door but couldn't get the door open right, and you helped him out. And then you guys... Is that...
Oh, no. Okay.
So wait, that part happened?
Yeah, that part did happen. I think I just realized who you're talking about.
Okay, so you do know a Luke.
I met a Luke a couple days ago. He came in for a job interview.
Okay. Did
Okay,
you go
that's-
out for drinks with him later on?
Absolutely not. No, I was interviewing him for a position at our company.
Wait, you were the one doing the interview?
Yes.
This doesn't make any sense.
I'm so confused.
He said that he just met you at that office and struck up a conversation. You guys went to drinks, had fun, even kissed at the end of the night, and now you're not calling him back.
He said we kissed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that you guys kissed and everything seemed to be going great, and he was surprised that you didn't want to go on another date with him.
Oh, my God.
He even went into like
Okay.
graphic detail about the kiss, about
Yeah,
how it
too
was
graphic.
wet and you licked your lips.
Jesus Okay, look.
So wait, you didn't kiss him?
No, there is no way. No, absolutely not. Let me just tell you what actually happened, because this is bizarre. Okay, I'm tired of hearing all this stuff. Okay, look, this young man, Luke, came in for a job interview. Brought him into my office. Sat down, interviewed. We went over his resume. He was kind of fidgety. He was kind of acting a little strange. And I sent him on his way. And in the last couple of days, I've been getting flooded with emails, phone calls, messages, asking about the job.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
So you didn't even hire him?
No, he has not been hired.
He told us differently.
What was he like in the job interview?
He was just kind of all over the place. You know, he just wasn't an ideal candidate. I don't know. He was acting strange. Maybe he was stoned. I don't know.
Stoned? Come on.
What is happening?
That is Luke. He was actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I finally found a way to get you on the phone, Antoinette.
Oh.
Weird. So you were just using us?
Okay, Luke,
Hi.
I've already told you you haven't been selected for the next round of interviews. I sent the letter out several days ago. I'm sure you received it by now.
What is going on?
Yeah, I got your email, and that's why I've been emailing you a bunch of times. You won't even email me back once. Like, you give me one email, and that's it? Just a dismissal? Outright dismissal?
So wait, Luke, you lied to us about your date and everything just to ask her about a job.
Yeah, it's a lie. Sure, call it a lie.
Well,
You guys
Yeah, that's
Luke, that's
what
what
it
you
is.
did. That is the definition of a lie. You told an untruth to get on the air with us and ask her about a job.
Yeah, I had to tell you a story so that you guys would actually pick me and use me on the air.
I will applaud you. Good story.
Yeah, I mean,
it was a good story.
I can't hate on you necessarily for getting over on the show. It just, couldn't you have thought of a better way to do it than to just lie to us?
Listen, I did what I had to do, man. Sorry that I had to lie about it. But you know what, Antoinette, we wouldn't even be on the phone right now if you would have just given me the job that I deserve.
Oh, my God, crazy.
You know, I'm sure that you did prepare Luke, but unfortunately, you're just not a good match for our firm.
That's bullshit. All right, I'm the best candidate for that job, and I know it.
Excuse me, Luke. No, you're acting extremely unprofessional right now.
I'm unprofessional. You are unprofessional. I deserve answers. Why? Why am I not getting this job? I've been putting in all this effort.
Luke,
I need
like I said, we found a more qualified candidate.
There's nobody more qualified than me. I saw everyone coming out of that building. Look at my resume and see all the experience that I have.
I looked at your resume, Luke, and I'm the one calling the shots. This is not how you go about getting a job.
You sure getting a radio station to call you and ask you about a fake date is not the best way to get a job, Antoinette?
Yeah, look at all the trouble I went to get these people to contact you. You are unreachable.
Luke, and if I ever had any thought about reconsidering you for this job, you have absolutely lost that opportunity.
If I'm not qualified to be the face of your company, I don't know who is. I stood outside of that office for 3 hours, and I watched every single candidate come out of there, and not one of them is as qualified as me.
You stood outside the office building for 3 hours?
Yes, because I do my research. And you know what? It shows that I care.
Oh my gosh, Luke, I mean, I get that it can be frustrating to be out of work and looking for a new gig, but this is not the way to do it, man.
Well, I can't catch a break. Damn it.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
okay.
Luke, but I think you need to be a little more level-headed when interviewing for a job.
I've got other work to do. Can I please get back to my actual job?
In 1 second, I will let you do that, Antoinette, and I appreciate you telling us what happened. But I do have to ask you, would you like to go out on a second date with Luke? Or a date with Luke?
You're fucking kidding me, right?
Well, I got to ask the question. It is a second date update. I know it turned into a crazy job applicant trying to use us to get at the person who wouldn't hire him, but would you like to go out with Luke?
At least give me a shot at an internship or something. You know, I feel like I've proven myself.
You've proven how crazy you are, Luke. Okay, look, I wish you well. Okay, good luck in the job search, but there's no job for you here.
You know what? I am going to get a job eventually. And when I do, I'm going to make sure it's in the same field, and I'm going to take down your entire business. You won't have a job.
Wow.
I have a place to go, to work.
Yeah, okay. You get a job at another mailroom somewhere and take our mailroom down. I'll be waiting.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, that's the craziest guy I've ever heard, which is saying a lot for a second date update. Another one that says, you guys shouldn't be upset. You've been used for far worse things. That is true.
Yeah,
We're talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude named Luke said he wanted to call a woman named Antoinette, who he went out on a date with. We got her on the phone and found out they didn't go on a date at all. He made up an elaborate story about their date so that he could call her and ask why he wasn't hired for a position at her company and proceed to yell at her, telling her that he's the right guy for the job and I'm a people person.
It's usually good to make up a lie about how you shared a wet, awkward kiss with your potential boss.
Yeah.
So that usually works out good.
No date and unfortunately no job for Luke.
Oh, man. He's
Apparently
a
they
little
gave it to
frustrated.
somebody else. Yeah. Well, good luck to him. Hopefully he does find a job.
Hello?
Yes, I was looking for Don.
Oh, that's me.
Hi, Don. This is Asparagus from Interior Design. How are you?
Asparagus? Good. That's a really unusual name.
Yes, Asparagus. That is what I call myself. It's not my real name, but I go by Asparagus.
Oh,
So,
okay. Whatever. Asparagus? What can I do for you?
So, I can't wait any longer. What do you think?
What do I think about what?
The transformation, silly. What you think? You know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm sorry. Asparagus? Where are you calling from again?
Interior design, the interior design company you hire.
Oh, yeah.
So, what you think? What you think? I cannot wait.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Your husband Matthew let us in yesterday while you were at working.
Yeah.
Yes, he did, yes. And we do a number on your living room or what?
What?
Asparagus.
There's nothing different about my living room. It's the same as it was yesterday. What the heck are you talking about?
Did you say it's the same as it was yesterday?
Yes, it was.
Yes, exactly. This is so avant-garde.
What are you talking about? You guys came over yesterday? So when are you going to come over and do the renovation in my house? Or when are you going to do
It's
the
done.
design?
It is done.
Done?
It has been
You
done,
didn't
yes.
do anything.
Oh, no, we did. We do so much. After spending hours walking around your living room, I taking 200 pictures at least, I decided to go crazy. I go with white walls.
The walls were already white, Asparagus.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. I decided to keep them. White walls for the win. Asparagus.
I don't understand. You
I walk
came
in.
over and did nothing, and now you want me to say it's wonderful? No, I want a new design.
Exactly. It is completely different.
How is it different exactly? Just explain that to me.
Because it's the same. White walls for the win. Asparagus.
Why do you keep saying your name all the time? That's just strange.
It's my calling card. Because you know your room has been styled by me. Asparagus.
It hasn't. You came and you took pictures, apparently,
Yes.
and nothing's changed.
Over 200 pictures. I took them. And then I decided to do nothing.
Well, no, you didn't do anything.
Yes,
Asparagus.
exactly.
You did nothing. I hired you to do something, and you did nothing.
Doing nothing was exactly the point, but I guess if you're not into my artistic creativity, then fine. You may go with some...
I hired you to paint the walls.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. You know, they're exactly the same as they were. They're the white walls that I had before,
Yes,
not a different color.
White walls for the win.
No, it's not for the win. I want something else besides white.
I suppose if you must call another company to ruin what I've created, that's fine. I will send you a bill.
No, Asparagus. I'm not paying a bill. We've established that you did nothing. Therefore, I am not paying for nothing.
I give you my art, and I am charging for it. I will send you a bill, $14,000.
No,
And
what? No. I am not paying for it.
Simpleton.
What?
Simpleton.
Now you're insulting me.
Yes, you have insulted me, and you do not understand the avant-garde technique.
If avant-garde technique means that you scam somebody out of thousands of dollars, well, you have succeeded in that. Not with me, but with other people, because I'm not paying it.
It means that I prank phone call you for the win.
What are you talking about?
It means I prank phone call you for the win. Asparagus?
What?
Yes, this is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning doing a phone tap on you. Your husband Matt set you up.
Oh my gosh, I'm so mad. What?
He says that you've been stressed out about the house remodel and wanted to have some fun with you.
Oh my gosh. So Asparagus didn't come to my house. Oh my
Asparagus
gosh.
will never come to your house, saying that you cannot appreciate true art.
I was so ready to call the cops on you.
Asparagus. Well, fine. I will get off the phone with you now, Asparagus.
White walls for the win.
White walls for the win, yes. His name is Greg. What's up, Greg?
Hey guys, how you guys doing today?
Well, my allergies are flaring up, and I had this whole intro planned where I was going to call you a frisky waiter and her a lustful waitress and tell a story of how you guys met real quick, but unfortunately my sneezing got the best of me, so you're going to have to do that, Greg.
Well, I like it because I think I might have some allergies. Women are allergic to me, so maybe you guys can help me out.
Oh, Greg, look at you, king of the Segway for us.
I'm trying.
Wow.
Save the intro so you guys can save me.
Yeah. All right. We can stop now, Greg. It's enough. So, Greg, you're a waiter.
Yes, I am a waiter. I'm probably one of the best waiters around, I'd like to think. But yes, I am in the service industry.
Okay.
Are you frisky, or was I right? Are you frisky?
I'd like to think that I'm frisky, but I mean, I don't know. I try. I definitely try to be frisky.
And is this lovely waitress that you went out with, is this a coworker?
Well, no, not really. I was just at the restaurant she works at.
Okay.
All right. As a customer?
Yeah. I was out with some friends, and we were just having some dinner and some drinks, and she ended up being our waitress.
All
Weird.
right.
Waiters and waitresses eat at other restaurants?
I know. Yeah, mind-blowing. Yes, we do,
Yeah.
occasionally.
It'd be like radio people listening to other radio stations.
No, that
Weird.
doesn't happen.
So, were you struck by her immediately when she came up to your table?
Before she came up to my table, I saw her up and almost had my fingers crossed that she would be our waitress. She was, really looking good that night.
Okay. And did you just flat out ask her out on the spot, or?
I did not. I'd had it happen a couple of times to myself. Women had left their name and number on the receipt after they signed for it, so I kind of stole their ID and I did that. I left Greg and then left my phone number at the bottom of the receipt when I paid the bill.
Oh, nice.
And that actually worked?
It did. She actually texted me like 2 days later it was. I got a text and I didn't even know who it was because I, silly enough, forgot her name. And then I was like, who is this? And then she's like, it's Cynthia. And then I was like, oh, yeah.
Dude, that's amazing. I've tried that so many times, and I know you're going to be surprised by this. Never once have they called me.
I think it was a smiley face I left. I took it up a notch. I took a name, number, and a smiley face.
And probably a big tip to go with it, because no girl is going to call you back if you don't tip well.
Yeah, I went easy 30% that night.
Okay.
All right. So what'd you guys do when you went out?
So we both know of this really high-end restaurant we've been wanting to go to. One of my buddies works there. It's usually like really hard to get a reservation. So he was able to, get us in for a table for two. So I thought that was, going to really impress her. And
Sweet. Was she impressed?
she went. So I want to say she was impressed. She ended up going, obviously. So I took that as impressed.
And how was the actual date while you were there?
It was cool. Honestly, I don't eat at high-end restaurants, so all the food was really interesting. And, it was like a 6-course meal. Everything, it was nice and paced out. I thought we had really good conversation.
Yeah. You're talking like a marathon dinner, though. If you're talking 6 courses, there's a lot that can go wrong when you're committing, 3 hours to a meal, 4 hours?
Yeah, it was about 2.5, 3 hours easily, with getting there and going through all the courses. So, there was a lot of room for failure in it, but I don't know if I was blind to it, but I never saw anything go wrong. I felt great about it.
Okay. What was the highlight for you?
My highlight was the dessert. It was almost like they were reading my mind because they brought this an amazing chocolate 3-layered cheesecake. And
I think, I hate to interrupt you there, Greg, but I think Brooke was asking about the highlight with her and not the food.
Well, I didn't even tell you. She shows up dressed to the nines, and she's sitting across from me, and it was just almost froze me in time that I'm looking at her and can't believe that I'm with her.
The anticipation is actually killing me right now. So what happened? Did you kiss? Did you go home together?
No.
Oh.
So we finished, and I walk her to her car, and then I think we're going in for the kiss. She turns to the side and just gives me a hug.
Ooh,
oh, wow.
I thought, maybe, okay, it was our first date, and I like that about her. Maybe, she's playing a little hard to get. She gave me a taste, but, it's like I'm not going to give you your dessert, per se, on the first date, because she really went for a side hug.
Like you were saying, it's a first date. Not everybody kisses on a first date.
She gave me the hug, and it kind of motivates you more, to try to, all right, now you've got me, and I'm really into you even more at this point because, I haven't tasted the forbidden fruit.
Don't call it that.
Right.
So I'm really motivated.
Okay, and how many have you talked since that day?
Only text message. I reached out, I texted her, just said I had a great time. She didn't hear from her, and nothing's materialized into meeting up again.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and see if we can find out what happened in your second date update, all right?
Okay, thank you so much.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We've been doing second date updates for a long time now, and I feel like something keeps getting disrespected over and over again.
Really? What's that?
The side hug. Every time somebody gets a side hug, they always take it as a brush off. But you know what? Maybe the side hug is the new second base.
No.
Yeah, no, probably not. Yeah. It's actually a terrible thing to get a side hug after a date. And that's what happened to Greg, who is on the phone right now. He's a waiter and was in another restaurant and actually hit on the waitress by writing his phone number down on the receipt. She ended up calling him, and they went out to a very fancy restaurant. But by the end of the date, she just gave him a little side hug, and now she stopped talking to him.
Is there anything that you would do differently second time around, Greg?
I mean, maybe not take her to the fancy restaurant so I had something to shoot for.
Okay. I see you started off too hot, maybe.
Yeah, maybe I came in too big.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I'll dial her phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and find out if you gave it to her too big.
Usually not a problem, but maybe this time it is.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Cynthia?
This is she?
Hey, Cynthia, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, what?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay, okay. Why are you guys calling me?
Well, I'm calling you because we recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Who is this again?
This is Jubal from
So
Brooke and
freaked
Jubal
out.
in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Don't be too
And
scared, I promise.
we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not talking to them after, we call you to find out what happened. So we got an email from a dude named Greg.
I'm sorry. No, I don't want to do this. Thank you, though.
But we just have a few questions.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
We just want to
Okay.
ask you a couple questions so that he can find out what happened. That's all.
What?
Whoa, she just hung up.
She left.
Did she? Hello?
Hey, Greg, was that a sufficient enough answer for you?
What is going on?
I mean, when she said she didn't want to talk about me, I was hoping we could dig a little deeper, but apparently she really doesn't want to talk about me, huh?
Wait, hold on though, Greg. Are you? Because a lot of times we do these things, and then you aren't telling us something that you should be telling us.
No, I'm an open book. I'm looking for answers, honestly. I mean, if I could give more information, I would put it all out there. I mean, can you please call her back? Call her again.
All right, I'll dial her phone number and try one more time, okay?
Thanks, Jubal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I really don't want to talk about it. I really don't.
Well, what? I mean, if
I'm
I can...
sorry. I just don't really want to talk about it. I'm super embarrassed.
Wait, you're embarrassed?
You know, it's my fault. He doesn't have to worry.
Wait, are
He
you
didn't do
like?
anything wrong.
Are you in a relationship or something?
No, it's nothing like that. It's just, it's on me. You know, it was my mistake. I shouldn't have gone out with him. Not his fault. Totally mine.
Was it because you guys both work in the service industry or something? You have a rule like you don't date other people in the service industry or something? You know how cops are always like, I don't date other cops.
Do they say that?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Do they say that, Cynthia?
No, it's not that. It's not that at all.
Okay.
It's just,
Okay.
I messed up.
You messed up?
Yeah, I messed up.
He doesn't think you messed up. He thinks that you were. I mean, from the sounds of it, he thinks you're perfect.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay.
So?
So that's not a good thing?
No, that's fine. It's fine. It's just really awkward.
Well, can you just tell us anything? Because he's really curious. Like, he's been beating himself up trying to figure out what happened because he really liked you.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely don't want him to feel bad.
So what is it?
Okay. Did he tell you guys how he asked me out?
Yeah, he said that he left his phone number on the receipt when he was sitting at your table.
And we were all shocked that you bought that you wrote him back.
I did, and it's probably the last time I'll do something like that.
So wait, you regretted the date from the moment you texted him after he hit on you?
Okay, here's the thing. The night before, when I was working, another guy left a receipt, and he did pretty much the same thing. He left his name and his number. So I thought I was calling the other guy. He's really attractive. You know, he's definitely more attractive to me than Greg is.
Oh no. You mixed him up.
Yeah. So when I contacted Greg, I thought I was contacting the other guy, and I didn't realize it until I was on the date.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got the receipts mixed up. Greg's fine. He's fine. He's just not as cute as the other guy.
He's not cute?
He'll be pumped to know that he's fine.
No, I don't know what to do, though. I just feel really awkward thinking about it. So that's why I didn't want to talk about it. I was really uncomfortable.
Okay, but okay, I get. Like, that would be a really weird moment when you show up to a date thinking one guy's going to be there and a totally different guy's going to be there.
Yeah.
But Greg sounds awesome, and he pulled all these strings for this great date for you. He said you guys had chemistry. I mean,
But I just kept thinking while I was eating, God, this would taste so much better if I was with the other guy.
I'm sure there's research somewhere that food tastes better when you're with a hotter person. I agree with you on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, did you ever go out with the other guy?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Really?
Well, okay, well, listen, the truth is Greg's date was so much better.
Then the hotter guy.
Yeah, and I feel bad, but the hotter guy was hot, so I...
So wait, even though you had a better time with Greg, you still want to pursue hot man?
Yeah, he's really hot.
He must be. All right.
I hope you're not looking for a relationship. That is so shallow.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to be in something really serious, right now. I just want to date hot guys.
Well, Cynthia,
I've been there.
I do need to let you know that Greg is actually on the other line listening right now and wants to talk to you.
What?
Hey, Cynthia, it's not that attractive, Greg. Apparently.
Oh, sorry, dude.
What?
Sucks.
Yeah, it's I'm a little lost for words right now because, I thought you were somebody else.
Wait a minute, Greg. You heard everything? You were listening?
I heard, yeah, unfortunately, but yes, I heard everything.
You heard everything that I was saying to them from the
not
start?
attractive, hotter guy. Food would have been better without me. But,
gosh.
He's really listening.
Yeah, so
I am so sorry. I had no idea. I wouldn't have been like that sort of honest, I guess, if I had known you were listening. You're a really nice guy. I'm really sorry.
why didn't you just say something when you first saw me and you realized you made a mistake? We could have went our separate ways.
I didn't know what to do. I was sort of horrified, and the mistake was on me, and I didn't want to be rude, and the restaurant was nice. I'd never been there before. I'd always wanted to go.
Cynthia!
You didn't want to be rude, and then you go through the whole dinner and let me pick up the tab, and you didn't want to be rude. I mean,
You asked me out. It was a date. I didn't know what to do.
A date with the wrong guy.
I know, but you didn't know that.
Yeah, but you didn't know.
Cynthia!
Brutally honest.
Man, you'd think if, at the end, if you knew and you didn't want to tell me, you would have, let me get, or at least offered. You didn't even reach for anything. I just picked it all up and
We were on a date.
I know, but you didn't mean to be on the date with me. You meant to be on the worst date with the hotter guy.
Again, I'm so sorry. I don't even know what to say. This is so uncomfortable.
And you said that my date was better. I know
Your date was so much better.
Oh my God, so you confirm it.
Rub it in.
Cynthia, that makes no sense. You could be, you can grow to be more attracted to people.
Not with me. I kind of I see it and I know it type of thing.
Oh, God.
What is it? Could I get a haircut? Was it my clothes? What?
No, Greg, you're great. There's nothing wrong with you. You're great.
Nothing wrong with you.
Have you ever been there, where you're with someone, but the entire time you're thinking about someone else? I'm sorry, that's just how it was. It was just, that's how it was. That whole night for me.
I have been there for the past 3 days thinking about you, and now I get this earthquake hitting me.
Oh.
Sorry, dude.
There's no way you could, open up your eyes, up your heart, maybe give him another chance?
Well, you know what? I would be totally willing to go out with Greg again, on a fun friend date.
Friend date?
That would be fun.
Well, then how about it? Cynthia, would you like to go out with Greg again on a fun friend date? We will pay for it.
Oh.
I'd totally go out with Greg on a fun friend date. Yes, Greg's super nice.
Greg, what do you think about the fun friend date?
I don't want to go on a pity date with you, Cynthia. Why don't you guys just give it to Cynthia and her new hot guy? They can use it, so it's not just not getting used. I mean, at least she'll enjoy herself.
Oh, my God, that's a great idea.
Oh, my God.
There you go, Cynthia. And since it sounds like your current hot dude is a horrible dater, we'll give you at least a decent gift card somewhere.
Oh, my God, thank you, Greg.
Oh,
What about, do I get anything? I mean, this is a big slap in my face.
No, it's not a slap in your face. It's like you said, why waste it,
But we can use it for other things. We don't have to pay for your date with the hot guy.
But he's really hot.
All right, Cynthia, then you know what? Sold. All right, we'll send you out on a date with the hot dude.
Oh, my my
Oh my God,
God.
that's so awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
Even Jubal can't refuse a hot man.
No, I can't.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592 that just says, the worst part is, I know Greg.
Whoa.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about today's second date update. This dude named Greg wanted to call Cynthia. They're both waiters. He was actually at the restaurant she works at. Hit her up and they went out on a date. When we got her on the phone, we found out that she actually thought she was going out with another guy because another dude had slid his number to her too. And she thought she was texting that dude and not Greg. So she showed up and had a less hotter version to go on a date with. But she did end up going on a date with the hot guy and said, even though he's not as cool as Greg, he's a lot hotter, so she'd rather date that guy instead.
I feel so bad for Greg. I mean, I know people are texting in right now that they want to go out with him, but still, that's even a pity date.
Well, listen,
You know?
this is how guys are, though. She just has a male mentality. Like, we're like, oh, she's annoying. She won't do this and that,
It's
but
like-
she's hot, so I'll take her.
It's everyone's mentality. Every once in a while, you need hot and dumb, okay?
It's true. But unfortunately for Greg, he had to find out that he's average and pretty fun to be around.
Hey, that is
And
that
he
is a
lost
good
out
sell.
to hot and dumb.
Well, we all have.
Right? We
Everybody-
all have.
I
Texting in at
have.
78592 right now is on Greg's side and said that she's terrible. At least she was honest about it, though. But the end, when we asked if they'd go on a date, she said that they could go on a friend date, a fun friend date together, and he wasn't interested in that.
Come on.
No, poor Greg.
Yeah, he got screwed over twice.
Yeah, and not in a good way.
No, definitely not. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you.